Today I'm going to be doing something new, and we're going to be diving into the December astrology, the month of recalibration. All right, so we're going to be diving into personal astrology today, not the crypto astrology, to focus on specific themes that are happening in the month of December. Okay, none of this is obviously financial advice. We're not doing that today. This is going to be a general astrology overview for December to help you navigate it personally. So let's take a look at the astrology that's coming up. So this is a very interesting month because we just had Neptune retrograde back into Pisces. This is at 29 degrees. This is known as the anaretic degree, the most intense degree. It's the final degree before Neptune heads into Aries at the end of January, which is going to be a major, major world shift, as well as a major shift in our personal lives. And then we also have Saturn that is close behind Neptune. And Neptune, by the way, it rules Pisces. So Neptune is really dominating this Pisces energy that's arguably bringing a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion out there, especially in the cryptocurrency markets. We make a lot of crypto videos on this channel. But there's also a lot of deception, delusions, illusions with, world events, like what's going on in the world. People are very confused with what's going on out there with world leaders and all kinds of things. But those who are very intuitively tapped in may have some more clarity on that. So Pisces is very, very intuitive. We can tap into our sixth sense, you could say, our intuition, these deeper senses within ourselves. You can do that by going inwards in deep meditation, deep meditative states, grounding. Then you can have better clarity. So especially during this time with Neptune and Pisces, tap into our intuition more than anything else. And then Saturn is like the reality of things. Saturn in the sign of Pisces, where Neptune rules. Saturn's not very happy there. Saturn's getting dominated. So that's why things might not be very structured in our lives. Maybe it's difficult to create structure. Maybe it's difficult to move forward with things. I'm in Indonesia right now, and it's extremely difficult to understand how things work here, how the laws work. It's extremely confusing. A lot of Neptune energy here. I mean, we were just trying to figure out how the trash system works here, and it's just like nobody knows. We went and talked to our neighbors, and they're just like, I don't know. And it's just like so ridiculous amount of confusion going on. And so anyways, what's going to happen this month is these four planets, including the moon, are going to be squaring Saturn and Neptune. So this is difficult energy. We're going to be having Mars coming up here on the 9th, squaring Saturn exactly. This can bring up challenges. This can bring up pauses. It can be difficult to move things forward. Mars it's willpower. It likes to get things done. It likes to take action. It's great energy, but it's going to be squaring Saturn, which can bring obstacles in the way, can bring contraction, it can bring challenges, as that's what Saturn can bring when other planets square it. And then Mars is going to square Neptune, and squares to Neptune can bring confusion. So more things getting stalled. It's tough to move things forward. So this is not a month to be moving a bunch of projects forward or be just like expect to take a bunch of action and just get shit done. This is not a get shit done month at all. This is more of a slow down month because things are not going to move forward. Now you can move things a little bit forward, but there's going to be a lot of confusion. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in the way. Yep. So it's a month to let go and let God and trust more of the flow, because Neptune is very flowy. And also perhaps tap into your intuition more than your intellect this month. Sun is then going to square Saturn on December 17th, which could bring more challenges, more obstacles in the way. And then right after that, the sun and moon is going to be squaring. We're going to get a new moon on December 20th, squaring Neptune, which is going to bring even more of that just fog. All right, so it's going to be foggy. There's not going to be crystal clarity unless you meditate and you really dive into your and tap into your deeper senses and your intuition and your inner voice, as that's what Neptune rules. And if that wasn't enough, then right after that, we're going to get Venus squaring Saturn on December 21st, right after the new moon. Just bringing more challenges can bring more tough lessons in reality. And then Venus is then later. Well, the sun is actually squaring Neptune at the same time, just bringing more stalls. So, oh my gosh, this Christmas, yeah. I mean, it could be a cozy Christmas. It's a time to go inwards. It's a time to reflect, perhaps, to not try to push things forward. But man, yeah, then we're getting that Venus squaring Neptune. And then if that wasn't enough, just to nail in the coffin, we have Mercury squaring Saturn on the very last day of the month, right before New Year's, bringing some more obstacles, some more challenges. So, man, if there was ever a time not to move things forward and take a break, this is the month to take a break. All right, because if you're trying to really get shit done this month, it's gonna be really tough. All right, it's just not the time, and it's also a time for endings. All right, so this is more of a time for endings than beginnings. This is a time. I mean, Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, they're going to only be in there for another. Well, Neptune's going to be there less than 2 months. So let's say six or 7 more weeks of Neptune and Pisces, and so it's a time to end things, because Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac, and then it's going to pass into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So it's a time to really let go of what's no longer serving in our lives. Let go of whatever illusions or really our visions and our dreams, that's what Neptune rules, that has not been able to move forward. All right, and to let go of people and things in our life that are not working. It's a time of letting go. All right, this is not a time yet of new beginnings. We'll be getting new beginnings next year, and it's going to be massive, massive new beginnings, because we're going to be getting Neptune heading into Aries, which is a huge new beginning, and then in April, Uranus is going to move into Gemini, which is just massive, massive new energies for artificial intelligence, robotics, and cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, as Uranus rules all those, innovative technology. So, man, I cannot emphasize enough how powerful next year is going to be in terms of final endings in our lives, in terms of all things, people, maybe even where we live. It's time to let go of what's no longer working. Yeah, so this is the time to start preparing for a major new chapter next year in our lives. And there's going to be massive shifts and changes on the world stage, massive shifts in human consciousness next year. This is going to be one of the biggest years of our life in terms of change and evolution for humanity. Cannot emphasize that enough. A massive, massive global shift in consciousness. And that usually comes with some challenges, with some surprises, with some volatility, with some crazy world events. All right, I don't want to put you guys into fear, but it's time to get prepared, get focused, get grounded. All right, so do all of the potential grounding practices that you have. This is a time to honestly navigate any fear-based belief systems that you still have, to work through any major fears that are still in your subconscious mind, because Neptune rules the subconscious mind, and this is the last chance that we can identify fear-based belief systems that are in our subconscious mind, because our subconscious is extremely, extremely powerful. I don't know if you've studied the law of attraction, but our subconscious mind is what controls our ability to manifest. In fact, the subconscious mind is always manifesting, and it's manifesting our deepest core beliefs. And so if we are deeply if we deeply believe that we aren't good enough, then we're going to keep attracting situations and circumstances that show that we're not good enough in our lives. If we believe that we are infinite creator beings and we can create whatever we want, then it opens up huge infinite possibilities into our life, and we manifest all kinds of miracles and synchronicities and amazing things. So it's important to identify any fear-based belief systems that are still in our subconscious mind, so that we can move through that and replace it with more empowering belief systems. So an example would be, a fear-based belief is, I'm not good enough and I don't deserve abundance, or I don't deserve financial freedom. And so identifying that fear-based, scarcity-based belief system, and then replace that. As a divine creator being, I am abundance and I create a life of freedom. All right. And just repeat that new mantra, that new affirmation to yourself every single morning. And you will be amazed at how quickly your life can change if you stay consistent with that. Saturn rules, daily actions, and it rules, putting in the work. And so if you do those affirmations every morning, discipline, that's what the word I was looking for. Saturn rules discipline. So if you want to be disciplined, but in a positive way, obviously. So repeat those empowering affirmations to yourself every single morning over the next couple months, as Saturn's in Pisces, and because it's going to be going into Aries by mid-February, I believe. Yeah, February, right there, February 14th. It's going to Aries. So before then, you want to navigate get all these fear-based belief systems out of your subconscious and replace them with I am divine. I am a divine sovereign creator being, and I create miracles and magic in my life and financial freedom, or whatever it is that you want most in your life right now. This is the time to anchor that into your subconscious mind powerfully to create the most amazing new chapter for yourself in 2026, because this is going to be a game changer of a year, and it's whatever you want to make of it. And it's also whatever your most dominant belief system are in your subconscious mind. And so if you have dominant belief systems of fear and like whatever, fear that you're not good enough, fear of financial scarcity, fear of dying, those kinds of things, then it could be a very, very difficult year. But if you ensure that you have dominant belief systems that are empowering, that you are a divine sovereign creator being, that you create miracles and magic in your life, that you create financial freedom, that you manifest opportunities, circumstances that help your evolution and growth, that you spread love to your friends and family and community, that you are a community leader, that you are the change that you want to see in the world, all these things. Write those down and repeat that to yourself every single morning, and this will be the best year of your life. All right? With the discipline from Saturn and the manifestation with Neptune in the subconscious mind, that is how we make this the most positive 2026 possible. Yeah, it's going to be wild, and we can make it the best year if we choose to do so. All right. Looking at the comments, thank you for all that you do and share. You absolute legend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that. Love it. And let me know in the comments what you think about this video. All right. This is one of the first. I'm feeling good. This is great. I got to be doing a lot more of these videos. And I'm getting some messages and downloads that it's time for me to really speak up about these types of things. Law of attraction, inner manifestation work, more personal astrology, as well as inner wisdom and guidance for us, as individuals and as a collective. Okay, so I did put together these slides, but I went through this mostly. We do have some positive transits as well in the beginning of December. So we do have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positive transits to start December. We do have Venus trining Neptune. So there is some good, expansive, beautiful energy here to start the month. So it's good that we want to really use this to our benefit, because the second half of the month is, look at all that red. It's a lot more challenging astrology. So soak in the positive vibes, soak in the positive intentions for the first 8 days of the month. We have all this beautiful energy, Venus sextiling Pluto. It helps us get down to the truth of things, uh, powerful relationships. And then we have the full moon in Gemini. There's not any negative transits that I saw with the full moon. We could even, I mean, there is a slight chance we could get a pump in crypto after this full moon, maybe around the 5th or 6th of December, because we are getting Mercury trining Jupiter. Mercury, the planet of, well, really the mind, but as well as trading, is trining Jupiter, the planet that brings expansion. And then we also get Mercury trining Saturn, which can bring some slow and steady growth with discipline. So we have positive energy at the beginning of the month, but then it starts to get a lot more challenging. Mars square Saturn can bring obstacles and just difficulty moving things forward. Then we have all these other transits that I've already mentioned. I mean, Mars square Neptune, Sun squaring Saturn. It's a lot. All this energy is just slow down and just let go. This is a time to let go. It's not a time to push forward. This is not a time to try to push things forward. It's just not going to go well for you if you try to do that. There's just so much energy that's just bringing this, like, just slow down, chill, meditate, ground yourself because there's a lot of energy to deal with here. Wow, yeah, Jupiter squaring Chiron. We might be reflecting on wounds. It's not super exciting energy. Venus squaring Neptune can bring more confusion. Mercury squaring Saturn, just to end the year on that note. Man, it's definitely some bit of challenging energy. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But yeah, the astrology themes for this month, like I've been saying, is letting go. There's definitely a lot of themes with confusion, with all the squares to Neptune. Challenges. It's a recalibration month. So it's a time to reflect rather than pushing forward, slowing down, reality checks. But these can all be positive. It's all of what we make of it. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to involve suffering. Suffering is a choice. We can use these reality checks to our advantage. We can use this recalibration month to our advantage by going inwards, by journaling, by reflecting on how we can do things better, how we can work better, and how we can come to peace with beneficial endings, how we can let go of what's no longer serving us in our lives, in our relationships, in our work, every aspect of our life. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're liking my vibe, if you're liking what I'm saying, if you're feeling my heart, you're feeling the truth that's coming through, smash that subscribe button or gently tap the subscribe button, whatever you prefer. And I'll be coming up with a lot more videos. You can join the Crypto Mastermind if you like, but that's more based on the other crypto videos that I make. Share this video with an astrology lover that you know who could benefit from the message that I'm sharing in this video. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Looking forward to receiving your comments, what you thought of this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.